article I did the other day, and they asked him, what would it mean for all of us to experience this moment together? And he said, well, you gotta ask somebody that's from there. And I just want you to look around at all of us that are from here and let them know exactly what this means tonight, because you deserve this. I want you to turn to somebody that you don't know, and I want you to give them a hug. I want you to tell them congratulations, because we're from the greatest city in the world, and we are the NBA 2019 champions of the world. I go by the name of Drake. I love each and every one of y'all. I hope you enjoy this moment. Like I said, you deserve this in the best way possible. Make some noise for your team, the greatest in the world.
Go ahead, Kim. Get your mom in there.
You know, one of my first visits here, either a stewardess or somebody working for the airport told me that you're not playing for just a city, but a whole country now.
Yeah, I think of the country, man. You know, I moved here 6 years ago, and I didn't know a ton about the country. I knew a little bit about the Toronto Raptors history, but I hadn't lived it, and so you could tell when you talk to people and you interact with people the heartache that they had felt. In a way, it never weighed down on me because I wasn't here for it. But I could see it when I talked to people, or when they talked about playing at the Rogers Center or losing, and all the different heartaches in the franchise's history. And so then to be able to think about those people and how they felt when we won the championship was really special.
This is what I had hoped Toronto would be. When I was playing ball and there was a handful of hardcore hoop people in this city and in this country, I dreamed that this would be it one day. And honestly, to see it and walk around and appreciate this, it's unbelievable. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say, when the buzzer went off and the Raptors won that Milwaukee series, the first person I thought about was John Saunders. John Saunders did the first 6 years of Raptors on TV with me, and he's a Toronto boy, and he loved the city, he loved Canada, he loved the NBA, and I know he'd be smiling thinking of what we have right now.
And welcome inside, everyone. I am John Saunders along with Leo Routens. And Leo, I can speak for both of us, I know. Two guys who were born and raised in Toronto. We are so proud and excited to be part of the NBA in Toronto.
Oh, absolutely. Who would have thought that when you were covering our basketball camps down in St. Mike's, that we would be sitting here one day doing the NBA?
25 years in existence, first time making it to the NBA Finals. You know, as a Detroit native, I fell in love with Toronto at a young age. Isaiah Thomas, my childhood idol. I know he was part of ownership to help start the team being here. as somebody that's a former player, to play with guys like Vince Carter and Chris Bosh while they were here, and covered everybody else ever since by working in the media. Great to see Drake front row. Great to see my guy Nav on the baseline. He never misses a game. And Toronto has great fans. I always tell people in the United States, you may have a city rooting for you. In Toronto, they have a nation, and they've really showed up, and Jurassic Park has really been awesome as well.
There's a lot of work to be done here in Toronto. We couldn't be happier with a better guy.
Thanks, John. Really appreciate it.
I feel like I'm walking in a dream, and I feel like, just so full of gratitude, because so many people had a hand in building this and making it work and getting to this point. And, you have to give Masai, and you got to give Larry and Maple Leaf. They putting the capstone on it right now. Everybody's work has just been phenomenal, and everybody is still family. It's great.
Going way back, before I was even coach of the Warriors, when I was doing TV, the two arenas that I felt were just the most electric were Oracle and here. And you could tell that there was just kind of this organic love and energy and passion for basketball in both places, because neither team was that good, and yet the arenas were filled and there was so much excitement. And I think that the sense now that we have as a team is we can understand, we can feel how important this is to the whole country. It's a different vibe, it's a different feeling, it's exciting, it's great for the game.
For Toronto and all of Canada, and for all of us as fans, to be in this position, it is truly awesome, incredible, and it's something that, everybody gets to share in, participate in, and it's memories that'll be made here that will last forever, that they will talk about for generations and generations, and that's truly what the game is all about.
Let's do it, man. It's home court. Let's protect it. Let's be physical. Let's throw the first punch. Have some fun at the end of the day, man. We're here. We deserve to be here. Come on. Let's get it. 1 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Just us. 1, 2, 3. Just us.
I know many people have picked the Golden State Warriors, and I think it's appropriate. When you've watched them up close for as long as all of us who've covered the NBA Finals, it can color your judgment. It's what you know. I think that their championship pedigree came out in the second half of Game 5, winning Game 6 on the road, and then coming back from 3 straight 15-point deficits in the Western Conference Finals. They are championship material. I believe to the very core of my being, this will be an incredibly competitive series. I'll be shocked if it doesn't go at least 6 games.
Welcome to Game 1 of the NBA Finals, and welcome world to Toronto, to Ontario, to Canada.
What a moment for this franchise, what a moment for the city and for all of Canada. The first ever finals game played outside of the United States. This fan base has been delirious throughout these playoffs and just so loud during the anthem, during the introductions, and now they're ready for the game.
Lowry driving, spinning around, Green launches. Danny Green from Yellowknife is stolen away. Leonard Pascal. Siakam with 22.
And he's got 10 points in a quarter. Timeout Golden State.
Curry, Van Vliet, and Serge right there. Kawhi now, Pascal, sidestep, his performance. Siakam cruising into the front court.
in the franchise's first appearance in the NBA Finals get the victory here in Game 1.
I had a lot of fun this year, just overall in general, on and off the floor, being in a new city, fresh start. We won some games, got the podcast going, and really didn't expect in 1 year for us to gel as quickly as we have. Obviously, I knew we have a good team and had the talent and capabilities to make it, but you never know. And I know how hard it is to get back. I was pretty spoiled in San Antonio for most of my career, and but the last couple of years, it's been rough to get there, to get back there. So yeah, this one has been a pretty special moment, and I'm enjoying as much as I can, man, to the fullest. But it's hard to when you're so locked in and know that we have a tough task ahead of us with this Golden State team. They're very good. So in order to beat them, there is no celebrating or enjoying it that much. Obviously we're embracing and enjoying the moment. Outside of that, your family's here, so that's the best time. Your friends, closest members get to see you play on the final stage. There's only 2 teams left. The whole world is basically watching. There's no other basketball really going on. And everybody's pretty much sitting around waiting for the games, as are we, but all the fans are waiting for the games to happen. So, yeah, that's what makes it fun. What's up, big dog? You all right?
First of all, let me just congratulate the Toronto Raptors on being in the finals and a fantastic first game last night. And most importantly, for all of you who are here in the audience, you realize, to Michelle's point, not a lot of smiles at the moment because it's a very serious endeavor, and that's competing for the NBA championship. And the fact that they are here on one of the rare off days during the finals while they're otherwise preparing for the next game just is a statement about their commitment to the community and how much they care about all of you. So, as Michelle said, I want to echo that the NBA, you all see the play on the floor, but just as importantly, it's what they all do in communities in Toronto and around the world.
Neal slips, gets it to Green, hits a three. Danny Green again from downtown.
Remember 2013, how great it started off for us, for me, how much fun I was having just playing basketball. And then it was a rough ending, very rough. A short summer, but a very hard summer because of, so when you make it there and you lose, it's a tough pill to swallow. You go through a whole year, play that much basketball, stay mentally locked in, physically locked in, and you come up short. And the way we came up short was tough. So, the following year was getting back there was a tough year. Just every game we were preparing for that moment. If we got the opportunity to, redeem ourselves. I remember 2014. So we were so locked in, and because we had lost the year previous, we weren't really able to enjoy the moment until after it was all done. And even when it was done, it was still like, can't believe we won. It doesn't feel like it's over, the season's over, or we won. But hard to put into words type of feeling. And we had a lot of fun, especially when it was over anyway, especially. On behalf of my teammates and the organization, I would love to thank the city of Toronto for renovating the center and doing what you guys have done. Second, I would like to thank NBA and NBA Cares for donating to help renovate this center. And one day, hopefully, see you guys be in a Raptors uniform, or as doctors, as lawyers. You guys are the future for us. So thank you guys for having us. Continue to cheer us on, and hopefully we continue to make you guys proud. Thank you.
Welcome inside Scotiabank Arena as we get set for Game 2 of the NBA Finals.
They're champions for a reason, multiple times over. So we know they're going to adapt and adjust. We got to kind of predetermine some of the adjustments they need to make. And we also have to adapt and adjust and know that we could do better as well. But we know our defense is pretty good. It's been going well. We figure it out. So we're pretty confident in that. Obviously, we're confident in our game plan, but we have to execute it. Whoever's going to execute that game plan the best for a longer period of time is usually the team that's going to come out on top.
For all the time I've been around the NBA, which is close to 30 years, there's no carryover from one game to the other. Not one at all. The next game starts at 0, so we'll see.
The Warriors' job, and they're back-to-back champs as well, right? They know what they have to do. They're here to get one game, and if they get one game, that turns the series around and it can go another way.
I expect a championship response from a championship team. I've seen this too many times with them. When they were down to Memphis, when they were down to Oklahoma City, when they were down to Cleveland, when they were down to Houston the last several years in the playoffs, I expect them to play like world champions. Now, Toronto might still beat them because Toronto's that good, but I expect Golden State to come out and give a monster effort in Game 2.
Van Vliet the three, doesn't go, and the Raptors have yet to score in the third. Green with it. In traffic, spins around. Thompson squares up. Rattles around and in, and a timeout. 14-0 run by Golden State in the third.
Curry, long three, puts it in. Steph Curry from way downtown. And it's back up to 10. Leonard on the drive, pull up in the paint, one-handed, in and out, misses. Siakam the rebound. Green for three.
Do you foul or not right now? You got to trap him to get it out of his hands so you can foul somebody else.
Livingston has it. There's about a 3-second difference. Nick Nurse saying to get up on him. They try and knock it away from Curry. Curry throws it. Livingston has it. Back to Iguodala. Iguodala puts it up. It's gone. Andre Iguodala drills it with 5.9 remaining. That'll do it. Golden State has tied the finals. What a gritty performance on the road. Another road win for Golden State. And this best-of-7 series is tied at 1 game apiece.
What's up? I didn't even know you were in town. It's okay. Yeah, it's 1-1. Yeah, you squeezed that, by the way. And you squeezed that. But you played nice tonight. You played nice tonight. But you played nice tonight.
It's hard to put into words. I haven't quite, found the words to describe how it feels. I think it's just a little bit of vindication and just a little bit of, just feeling like everything that I always worked for and everything that I believed and my family believed in me was right and true. And so having to go through the fire and having to get it the hard way and take the bumps and the bruises and nothing given to me, everything earned, and had to get it the hard way and the long way and all of those things, it makes it so much sweeter to be at the top, knowing what it took to get to the top. You can appreciate the journey so much more. And so just to be here as an NBA champion is nothing short of amazing, and it's something that I hold on for a long time, and I'm only 3 years in, so I got a lot more to do, but it feels pretty good right now. Yeah, we're good. I mean, you guys didn't think this was gonna be sweet. I don't know, what you guys thought this series was gonna look like, but we went into it expecting a dogfight. And yes, we won game 1. I think everybody else outside of our locker room was a lot more excited than we were. And we understand, what this team brings and what type of effort it's gonna take to beat these guys. So we know what we're dealing with here, and obviously we would like to play better, and we would like to have a chance to win at the end like we did. We fought back. And we know that going towards Game 3, we got to play a lot better, and it's going to be even harder on the road. But we're capable, and we know what we bring to the table. So Just got to regroup, flush it, and get back to work tomorrow.
The world watches the NBA all the time. They watch the regular season. They watch the news that happens in the offseason. The world is always watching the NBA. But when you get to the finals, the spotlight focuses on two teams. Everything that's going on around the two teams. Regardless of what else is happening with other teams, the focus is on the finals.
That's why they call it the finals. It's totally different. You know, you get a different sense, a different feel. Yeah, there's more media. The light shines a lot brighter. The coverage is 24/7. If you watch TV, you are screwed. You cannot watch all that stuff, you know, you normally do. So, you know, it's just a little different time, man. You know, the days in between games, they're working for the ratings and they want more people watching it, you know.
Steve Kerr said before game one that these are like the biggest games of the season, biggest games of your life. And every player is a creature of habit and they destroy your habits. All the routines are different. The travel's different. The game schedules are different. And so Golden State knows what this is and Toronto doesn't, other than Kawhi and Danny. But so far they've been fine. So far they've been, I think, the better team. You know it's different. You can't walk out there and pretend it's just another game. And you shouldn't. Because the level of effort and force and all those things that players talk about, it's never higher than this. This is the pinnacle. There's nothing bigger than this.
Let's go Raptors, we the North. 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 Let's go Raptors.
We welcome all of Canada to the East Bay in Game 3 between the Toronto Raptors and the Golden State Warriors.
As we look at the starting lineup, same five obviously for Toronto, but the 10th different starting lineup in these playoffs for Golden State. Sean Livingston, the veteran, will get his second start of the playoffs as Klay Thompson misses his first ever playoff game because of injury.
Leonard, stutter step, drive, kick, corner three. Danny Green from the corner, and the Raptors lead 89-75.
Ball knocked loose, and Leonard able to save it. Danny Green for three. Bang! Danny Green does it again. Curry, shot blocked again. That's 5 rejections from Ibaka. Here's Cook ahead of the pack. One man to beat. Gets inside. Blocked by Danny Green. Sensational recovery.
Dribbling. Finds Van Vliet. Oh! Making it rain. Fred Van Vliet at the end.
Another big road win for Toronto. They had a big win in Philadelphia in the conference semis, a big win in Milwaukee in the conference finals, and they win at Oracle Arena to take a 2-1 lead.
Stay locked, man. Stay locked. Yes, sir.
Hey, let's go. Let's get it up. Hell of an effort. Hard work. Hard work. Make sure we get our rest. Get home, get our rest. We're ready to go to work again. All right, let's go. Raps. 1, 2, 3. Raps.
The journey going from Cameroon, you know, not playing starting to play basketball until like I was like 16, 17 years old, and how, you know, going from college and
it just everything kind of like, you know, I don't have time. You don't have time to really think about it, but it kind of like, you know, kind of comes into your mind, and you just think about everything that you've been through to get to this level, and it just makes you feel blessed.
Moment, I'm gonna just remember this moment, man. This moment right here. We need a championship. This moment, I'm gonna remember this moment. Everything right now, it's over. You know, everything right now, it's over. Because it was hard to get over here where I'm right now. And then now, I'm here and I got it. You know, everything right now, it's over. I'm gonna remember this moment for life. And I'm so thankful my daughter have opportunity to watch me play the NBA final.
Live from Oakland, the Toronto Raptors get set for Game 4 against the Golden State Warriors as Toronto comes in with a 2-1 lead in the NBA Finals.
Steve Kerr has Klay Thompson back and Kevon Looney also, who was reported to be out of this series.
As Leonard knocks the 3 and the lead is cut to 1.
And they want Van Fleet guarding Curry.
Golden State turns it over. Turnovers 11-4. Only 4 to Toronto. Leonard knocks down another 3. And the first lead of the night for the Raptors.
Curry to Alfonso McKinney and Ibaka with the denial and then takes it out of the air. Danny Green 0 of 5 from 3. Serge lets it fly. Serge with the 3 and the Raptors lead. Fred finds Kawhi over Thompson. He's got 31. 17 in the quarter.
Kawhi Leonard with his team leading by 12. 6:25 to go. Floats a pass over to Ibaka. Far wing to Kyle. Back to a cutting surge for the monster crab. The two-hander. What a find from Kyle Lowry. The Toronto Raptors are going to be 1 win away from an NBA title. They take 2 here at Oracle Arena.
Let's go Raptors! Let's go Raptors! Here you
The Raptors stun Golden State with a dominant defensive performance in the second half. In Toronto with a double-digit victory, 105-92. They lead this best-of-7 series 3-1.
Here's the most important thing. No celebrating, right? Guys, just quick high fives. It's a business trip. And the fans across Canada, they're loving it right now because their team is taking care of business.
Stay locked in, yo. Stay locked in, man. Stay locked in. Stay locked in.
Every possession, man. Every possession defensively.
Stay here, yo.
No let down defensively.
None. Come on, man.
Good job, guys.
On that guard, yeah.
Okay, you heard this message before. Can't can't anybody take you to some place you're not to yet for the next couple of days when you get home. Okay, good team. Take them one at a time. Forget what the score of the series is. Let's play our asses off one more time. Or 2 more times if we need to, or whatever it is. Let's just go play our asses off. That's what's getting us here, yeah?
Possession.
Possession, man. All right, let's
40
go.
minutes. Let's go.
Raps, 1, 2, 3, raps.
It's a tough win. Obviously, coming out here trying to get 2 road wins. We took care of business in Game 3 and just want to come out here in Game 4 and get another one and put ourselves in good position to, for the rest of the series. So taking it 1 game at a time, got to stay locked in and get ready for Monday.
came out certain they were going to do this. It didn't matter what happened in the first half. It didn't matter what happened into the third quarter. It didn't matter that Klay Thompson had bounce and dropped 28. It didn't matter. The Raptors now know in their hearts are the better team. And I know the Warriors won't admit it, but they got to be wondering if they can catch them. Now, the ace in the hole they've got, the ace up their sleeve they've got is Kevin Durant in Game 5. How good can Durant be after missing a month? I mean, I wonder about that. I wonder if Durant now is too little too late. But this is some compelling storyline going into Monday night.
Will this be the final game of the NBA season? Will we crown a new NBA champion tonight? And of all places, Canada. Toronto, 1 win away. But all of a sudden, the Raptors have a new challenge. The return of the Warriors' most lethal offensive weapon. Just more great theater in the NBA Finals.
It's kind of like a mystery novel. All of a sudden, this chapter unfolds. You always kind of knew that this protagonist character would be there, that he might creep into the scenario, into the plot, and suddenly he is. Will it make them better? You know, let's face it. He is unlike any NBA player who's ever played the game. He's long, he shoots, he's clutch, he's ferocious, he's a Superman. He's one of the best players on the planet. So obviously, he makes them better. And I know the question mark is whether he's at 100%. Well, I don't think he is. I think he's probably, if he's 70%, and I think they're desperate. I think the Warriors are desperate. They've never been in this situation. Steve Kerr's never been down 2 in an NBA Finals. And if you watched Game 3, I thought they looked rattled, and that's the first time I've seen a champion look rattled. And if you saw them in Game 4, they looked gutted, and I've never seen them look gutted. But they're champions, and we've seen this act before. They've been on both ends of it, so we'll see how this great mystery novel plays out.
Been a long journey for those day one fans, almost a quarter century. A shorter trip for those whose interest might have just been piqued this spring. But here we are. And you know what else is rare? These words. The championship trophy is in the building, and the home team is the only one that can win it tonight. Welcome to Game 5 of the NBA Finals.
Curry to Durant. Here's his first shot. And looks pretty good there. Rattles home a 3.
Thompson sends it to Durant, and Durant has knocked down 2 threes. Kevin Durant, after playing 6 minutes, 6 points, missed the last 9 consecutive games. Injured against Houston in the second round. He'll sit. Turnover, numbers, Kawhi, and finishes! Big time move!
Ibaka trying to stay with Durant, knocks it away, and Durant's slipping. Durant goes down holding his leg. Ibaka goes up, and is fouled down the other end.
And Kevin Durant down, grabbing his right ankle area, calf, lower calf, and now a timeout called.
Kevin had it's an Achilles injury. I don't know the extent of it. He'll have an MRI tomorrow.
Feel for the guy, man. I know we're opponents and we're competing as hard as we possibly can, but you know, you never want to see that. You never want to see anybody get injured, whether it's you, your teammate, or your opponent. It sucks, and you know, I hope he gets better. But he gave them, like I said, a big boost in that first quarter. I think they had 34, and he was getting his shot off.
Leonard for 3. Raptors lead.
In a closeout game, Kawhi backs it in. He's got 5 straight. And the Raptors are rolling.
Leonard to the rim. Pull-up jumper. Got it. Kawhi Leonard taking over here in Game 5.
Raptors by 6. Thompson a 3.
Oh, great screen by Draymond Green.
3-point game.
Curry gets a look, fires away, ties the game. Steph Curry from downtown. Curry pushing it up. Van Vliet in pursuit. Iguodala back out to Green. Thompson, one fake, one dribble, one shot. Got it! Golden State retakes the lead. Timeout, Toronto. What a turnaround for the Warriors.
Raptors down by 1.
Leonard, back up Van Vliet.
Lowry for the win.
Won't go. And there'll be a game 6 in Oakland.
And the Toronto Raptors come up 1 point short here in Game 5.
I feel the joy and my pride. I know when it sinks in is these people did it. The country has won. The team has won. These players have won. These coaches have won. This organization has won. And we proved a lot of people wrong because it's a tough thing to do, I think, being the only team that's outside the United States in the NBA.
His statement, and you can probably find a million clips of him saying, "We will win in Toronto," and that's all I could think about after we won. He brought this thing to fruition. He said it, he spoke it, he believed it, and his passion, his fire. Sometimes, you get like that, but he wants the best for his organization and the players. But his fire puts us all in position to be successful.
Toronto Raptors are back in Oakland against the Golden State Warriors as we welcome you to the NBA Finals presented by YouTube TV. The fans ready, certainly in Toronto out of Jurassic Park just outside of Scotiabank Arena. Meanwhile, Nick Nurse and his team getting ready back in the Raptor locker room.
I'm in Game 5. I had a chance, swing, and Draymond made a great play. I mean, if you look at the picture, it literally is fingertip got the ball, and that's what great players do. But Game 6, people were talking, oh, they're done, they're mental, they're broken, that Game 5 was hurting. But for me, it was just like, we're not gonna blow a lead. We're gonna go out here, and I'm gonna come out and be aggressive. And I was locked in and making sure that everyone knew we're not timid. A block shot, a missed shot is not going to change what we're trying to do.
Facing elimination in Game 5, Golden State forced a Game 6 here in Oakland, and it will be what will be the final game at Oracle. But with a win tonight, the Toronto Raptors will be crowned NBA champions.
Of course, Toronto won the 2 games, Games 3 and 4 here at Oracle. The Science this crowd as Lowry scores the first bucket. Kyle Lowry, what a start. A layup and a three-pointer in Toronto, up 5-0. A home team in these finals are an incredible 1-4. The last 4 road teams have won in the series. Lowry lighting it up here in the first 2+ minutes. He's got 11 points already.
Curry quickly to Thompson. Thompson lays it up and in. 22. Tied at 64. Curry dancing with it. And lets it fly. And he saves it, but to Green, Draymond Green. Thompson fires, and what a steal there. goes down, and he is in pain as Danny Green went up to contest that shot. Floater to Fred. Fred with the three. Bang on. Bucket and bucket. Raptors by one.
The thing about it is he works so hard and consistently. That's why we never wavered on him. You don't waver on a guy like that because he continued to work on his game, and I've seen the work that he's put in the last couple of years. He just worked and worked and worked, and 4 threes in the fourth quarter. It's big. It's big.
Van Vliet. What a step back, and he drills a three. Big bucket. Fred Van Vliet releasing all the energy. He's got 12 in the quarter. They don't need a three. And it's thrown to Draymond, nearly out of bounds. Curry lets it fly, doesn't go. Loose ball. It's Kawhi Leonard tracking it down, diving for it.
Oh! They don't have a timeout left.
A timeout.
They don't have a timeout.
Timeout. Technical foul on Golden State. They do not have a timeout remaining.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Mark Davis makes the call. So Kawhi Leonard makes the first. It's a 3-point game with .9 to go. Kawhi Leonard, 6 of 7 from the foul line. 2-possession game.
Once Kawhi hit the second free throw, it kind of, you don't know what to do. You just like, is it real? And it was real.
Curry lets it fly. Canada, the NBA title is yours. The Toronto Raptors are the 2019 NBA champions.
There's a new NBA champion, and it's a team from Toronto, Canada. We the North are now we the champions. The Raptors, the 2019 NBA champs.
Big tomorrow, man. Let's go. What a tremendous accomplishment by the Toronto Raptors. And the celebration is on all across Canada. Deservedly so.
Congratulations, Canada. Congratulations.
And oh, Canada, Larry Tannenbaum, George Cope, Ed Rogers, Masai Ujiri, Coach Nick Nurse, congratulations. Basketball has come full circle in Canada. It was invented by a Canadian. The first NBA game was in Toronto, and now an NBA championship. Your 2019 NBA champions, the Toronto Raptors.
This is a team that should be celebrated in the NBA for a while, but by the Raptors fans forever. No matter what happens to Kawhi, what happened with this team, which was a bunch of misfits, nobodies, guys left on the side of the road, stars who emerged, coaches from the G League. It's a really remarkable collection of guys. They were counted out a couple of times in these playoffs, always delivered. And this will be a transformative moment for basketball in Canada. It will be remembered forever. It doesn't even really matter what happens in the next few years. It doesn't matter if it's a one and done. It's like the Blazers championship in 1977. People who weren't even alive for the Blazers championship in 77 celebrated. You ask a Blazers fan who's 25 years old, he goes, yeah, the spirit of 77. This will be the spirit of 19. This is the Raptors 2019. We remember it as one of the great things that's ever happened in Canadian sports.
Jets, Bob! Jets! World Jets! World Jets! Let's go! World Jets! I'll call you later. I love you.
Hey, now call me Mr. 100% pure, baby. 100% pure, baby. My fuzzy. I had to call my fuzzy. Yeah. Call it pure. What's up, Miller? Say what's up.
Oh, baby. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Congrats, guys. Congrats. Unbelievable night, huh? How amazing is that? Like that. Come on, man. E, come on, E.
What's up, Open Gym? What you got to say, bro? Open Gym, talk to me. Talk to me, Open Gym. We here, man. Hey, what's good? I don't know what I'm talking about, but remember those days? I was running through the streets of Charlotte, singing the national anthem, the Canadian national anthem. You know what I'm talking about. We here. We did it. We chanced. Let's get it. I better see you on Open Gym too. What is this? Champions. Can I hear me, OG? Can y'all hear me? Make sure this open. I don't care if it makes it on the bloopers. I don't care if it makes it, on the last, little scene. Make sure this makes it on Open Gym, right?
This has to be on Open Gym.
First, I'm gonna hit you with the Dougie. Hey, with the Millie Rock real quick. Hey. And then I'm gonna hit you with this, man.
What you got to say?
Through the ups and the downs.
Downs, man.
And this team showed true resilience.
Resilience, man.
They didn't believe. They didn't think
we could.
That we would be able to do this.
Not at all.
But you know what this team did?
What we do?
They understood the grind.
UTG, man.
Hey, honestly, man, I can't even put into words this moment to be able to share with these group of guys, with this organization, with this city, with this country. It's been amazing. It's been a blessing in these 4 years, man. Let's go, OG. We out.
You got to remember, for me, it's not just being a day oneer. It's being a day oneer in basketball, period, in Toronto. And there's not a lot of basketball is such a small thing. And for a kid growing up in Toronto that wanted to be an NBA player, that saw very little of it, I tell people all the time, I wore number 11, Bob McAdoo for the Buffalo Braves, because I saw so much of it, but it made such an impact, right? So for a guy like me right now, it's just unbelievable to be a part of this.
And I think it would be unbelievable for the city, the country, to be able to celebrate an NBA championship. And again, same way it would be verification for Kyle Lowry, it would be verification that basketball is a viable, long-standing entity in Toronto and in Canada.
I probably will get a little emotional because, you work with a lot of people. And I love that guy. And I don't even think about myself, actually. I can't believe I'm getting emotional now, but when I first started doing basketball, I always wanted to be an NBA player, and I obviously wasn't good enough. But I got the chance to be in the NBA and call games and be around this and be around with your best friend. And to think about the great people who've been here, like John Saunders,
was a great friend of ours, and I think of Todd Harris, who helped us spark the NBA in Canada. I think, I didn't think I'd get emotional, obviously I am, but at the same time I think of people like Leo and the great Canadians who've helped pioneer young players to become NBA players. When I got into the game calling it, there were like 1 or 2 NBA players. Now we've got dozens. And guess what? We're going to have hundreds when this is all said and done, because kids are going to get inspired by this. If they got inspired by the Raptors in '95 and by Vince Carter and Chris Bosh and the rest, imagine how they're going to get inspired by an NBA championship.
And then also to know what this is going to do. I mean, this is going to be a major pivot. It's going to be a cultural shift in this sport, in this country. And you think about the diversity of Toronto, the multicultural aspect of this city, this country. Basketball is the perfect game, and it's the perfect storm for everything to come together right now. So I'm in heaven, and I can't wait to see what heaven looks like.
They'll go crazy when they see Larry O. Open gym, baby, Raptors, we did it!
Let's thank these unbelievable players here for bringing this championship, and our coaching staff, our medical staff, our basketball front office, and our ownership for giving us the opportunity.
We practiced hard, we worked hard, and we just kept our faith. And at the end of the day, y'all always gonna be my brothers, always. And we are now world champs together.
And like they said, enjoy this moment, and have fun with it. Aha, 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 aha.
I remember watching, obviously the clips when guys won it and reactions and, their emotions. And I'm like, okay, that's, and even when Pau won it, I'm like, okay, you could see it even with my own brother, like you could feel it in a way, but you don't understand how hard it is. And to go through it and end up on the winning side, it makes everything worth it. It makes, you go very deep on a rabbit hole through the playoffs. And the deeper you go into the playoffs, the darker it gets to put everything at risk, sort of, and like kind of separate from everyone and just give yourself in for the team and win. Kind of makes everything worth it. I remember KG saying, "I got me one," when he won it in Boston. He beat the Lakers. And I understand what he meant by that. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And I finally got me one.
It means a lot. It's been a long season. Like I said, we had a lot of ups and downs this season. Words can't explain how happy I was at that moment. All I could say is like all that hard work you put in, and you could just all see it unfold, and it's over really, and we're champions, no more practice.
Right now, I'm feeling amazing. It's just like, wow, it's really real. And I'm proud to say that I'm a part of it. It took a long time to get here. And I'll cherish this for the rest of my life. And it makes you just want it to continue to feel this success and this good feeling always.
The 2019 World Champions. Thank you to the greatest fans